No,
hilarious.
I'm gonna go right now.
Now we all know what we want for Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a
So
great unboxing by Ortelius.
yeah. So welcome everybody to the December 1st Ortelius outreach. Um, just a quick update. If you go to app.deployhub.com, I just dropped the link. You can get to the running version of the latest version. It took me some time to figure out the deployment over to Google because in this new release we don't run Nginx, so I had to skip that as part of the configuration. So it took me a little bit of time to figure out how to get a load balancer in. So if you go there, you'll be able to. There's no login. You'll see the data that's out there. Um, so oh yeah, there is a typo. It should be a Y.
Gonna say, have you done some new branding stuff that changed the spelling of Deploy Hub?
No,
No,
I
why
still got it
that's
wrong. It HUB. There we go.
It's
Let's see
looking
if
great, eh, Steve? Like, seriously, this looks super cool.
So we need you guys to really hammer on this and see if you can find any problems. And we have to really start looking at what's missing and what we have in the old version that we need to bring over into this version. So it's getting to the point that we'd like to be able to do uh, a release announcement by like February 1st for this version. So the old one would be completely retired. So it's we're being pretty aggressive about it.
now, just to forewarn you, not all the screens are been built out. That's kind of like what we talked about on the architecture meeting last week. But I just wanted to get out there so people can see it. Um, and I'm going to go through the next couple days, clean up the issues that we have out there because a lot of them have been taken care of, and then create new issues for folks to work
Yeah.
um,
And then,
on
and
that
now we'll be
level.
able to give you guys can work on the visual parts. I know some of you had wanted to work on the front end, and because of the old version, it was almost impossible. So hopefully this will make it easier to work on the front end.
Yep, it should be. And I am working on one database optimization thing today that I ran into because the front page loads kind of slow. And I know why. I'm just trying to figure out how to fix it. Or actually, Claude is trying to figure out how to fix it, and I'm just telling Claude whether they're right or wrong. So, but that's what I had just so to let everyone know where we're on that front. Tracy, we have the Christmas party coming up.
Yep. So let me just finish this. I have a meeting today with Eric Brewer on the questions we would like to ask him. So I was hoping that I could take a few minutes from this team and come up with some questions that I can review with him. So I'm going to do a couple of things before we get started here. I'm going to create a new Word doc, share it with everybody, and let you guys write some questions. And I'm going to put his.
Tracy,
Yes.
can we also write what we want for the Christmas?
Yes. You can. We should put our Christmas lists out there. I think everybody's going to
Oh,
put
actually,
a
I
cube,
want
an om cube.
I want Tracy to send me a piece of turkey so I can just try it.
You just got to
Tracy.
cook it. It's the easiest recipe in the freaking world. Anybody can do it.
No, but Tracy,
Okay.
I need some US, homegrown flavor,
You don't. I swear you don't.
You will
You
find
don't.
from Africa imported. You never know nowadays.
Exactly.
Yeah, the other day we get, I think, cherries, which is from South Africa. I was looking at quite expensive. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to need Steve. All right. Okay, I just sent everybody a doc called Eric Questions. And this is Eric's background. Let me pull him up. He's VP of Infrastructure for Google. So he should give us a good topic for platform engineers, right? So I want to make sure that when I speak with him today, I have this document ready for him, so I don't take a lot of his time. I just don't want to, I just want to make sure that we have. So did everybody get that? Let me share it. Share. Editor. Copy link. All right. Let me get to the share. No, not shared my screen. I want to share this chat. Okay, there's the doc. And you see his background because I stuck it in LinkedIn. He is a VP of infrastructure and a Google fellow. He's a professor at UC Berkeley. So he should have some really interesting insights. Have a Berkeley professor who works as a VP of infrastructure at Google. What kinds of topics do you think we should focus on with him? And let's come up with, let's say, it's going to be a 30-minute call. If we could come up with 5 questions, that would be great. I'll just be able to ask him, and I'll let him know what those questions are today. If you were to have this person sitting down, having a beer with him, what would you ask him?
So one thing that might be interesting to get him to talk about is how he sees mentorship today. What should people do when they're seeking a mentor? What should mentors do to help their mentees?
Okay.
Yeah, that's a great question. How does he find the time to be a university professor and work for Google?
He's on the board of the OpenSSF. Now, he's a really interesting guy. I've sat and chatted with him before. He's great.
I would kind of the question I would ask him is how is platform engineering handling supply chain security?
A great question.
I like that one.
And you could kind of, compare to DevSecOps or something like that.
Um, I would like to ask about what all gaps you see in DevSecOps and infrastructure management, where AI can be helpful from his perspective.
How about if we ask him something? How is AI changing?
Good.
And I think we should say, what are the top security concerns that platform engineers and DevSecOps, I should just say DevSecOps and platform engineers.
Hey, Tracy, I
Yes.
shared the link in the chat. I just paste his bio in the ChatGPT and I asked, like, for a video interview, what questions should I ask? And it gave some good questions to ask.
So that one you just rewrote. What I was trying to get at was how the world is changing from DevSecOps to platform engineering. That's what I was trying to get at was
Okay,
it
wait,
it,
let
it
me get back there. Or you just want to fix it, Steve, go ahead. You should have edit access to it.
yeah, you know,
What does ChatGPT say we should ask? Oh, this is it's always interesting to have ChatGPT, origin story and mindset.
I'd love to ask him so many things. I just don't know what to ask him. How long is he talking for? Half an hour.
We have a half hour to quiz him. Yep. And it will be live. So we could ask him, we could just, I want to give him some general questions just so we're not all like sitting there not saying anything. This
Yeah,
dude is
I think
not
you've
exactly.
normally
already
like
got
that.
enough to kickstart a half-hour talk and maybe fill it.
Yeah.
Exactly. It would be awkward, right?
Where do you see the next billion users challenging current assumptions about? Yeah, I think that's a really good question. What part of today's cloud ecosystem do you expect to be obsolete within 10 years?
well, kind of on those lines is
I was thinking of his perspective because he's in uni as well. So what is his view in terms of the impact of AI for those infrastructure related roles or DevSecOps related roles?
So wait, could you say that again? What is the impact of
What is
AI?
his view on AI impacting infrastructure or DevSecOps related careers?
Okay, there's a bunch of good questions there.
so this is the one I just put out there.
One more can be, what is the toughest problem you have solved in your entire career?
What
Yeah, it's a
is
good.
the best problem?
What is the
The
toughest problem?
toughest,
Toughest?
yeah.
I'd be quite interested to understand what his views are on work. How would work look like in the future? With AI now. What does it look like for each of us, going to work? Don't know how to really phrase that, but
I'll just add it to Jen. What does the future look like?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like work as we know it is going to shift like radically, I think. Right.
Okay, so how is platform engineering handling open source supply chain security compared to DevOps? What are the gaps you see in DevSecOps and infrastructure management? I think those are good. What are the top security concerns for DevSec? Let's take this one out. How is DevSecOps transforming into platform engineering? How do you see mentorship? And then are AI orchestrated going to replace traditional GitHub and Jenkins ones? That's a great question. What is the impact of AI on infrastructure? What is the toughest problem you've solved in your career? Let's ask him one fun question, like what's his favorite song, or who's his favorite band?
How he will spend the New Year or Christmas.
Does he agree with pineapple on pizza? Some people
I
I've asked
like
that
that
question.
one.
Do you agree with pineapple?
I've asked people that and they get really angry sometimes. They like, well, not angry, let me say emotional.
I guess depends on who you're asking, though.
I know, it's
I
crazy.
personally, I
I've dropped
love
it into
pineapple.
channels and the next minute I have like a stream. I'm like, wow.
Here's another one that's always fun.
Oh, that is good.
So if you go around the world and ask what sound does a duck make, you get some really bizarre.
Yeah, you do. What's the Turkish word for it? It's
Quark,
really,
quark.
oh yeah, cork instead of
Quark.
quack.
So the
Cork.
cork,
Hey,
Yeah.
in Turkish, cork.
That's
Oh,
what the
it
wait.
sound.
remind me. Can I tell
Well,
you all a joke?
Sure.
What do you call a priest who become a lawyer?
Okay.
I don't know what.
So the answer is father-in-law.
of course. Of course.
That's a good
That's
one.
a classic dad joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Hey,
classic.
hey, also another one. It will be last. Like if a vegan and a vegetarian jumps from a cliff, who will wins?
Wait, what if a vegan and who jumps from a cliff?
Vegetarian.
Vegetarian. The vegan.
No, the answer is the society.
Okay, where are you get? You know, Arvin, you're young for dad jokes, but they're fun. All right, anything else, my friends? And oh, the other thing we should cover is I believe this should be our last outreach call for the year. So the next time we'll be meeting will be on the 17th. So there is one item I would like to share that is more serious work that's coming up, and I'm going to try to find it. Okay, here. Let me quickly share my screen.
And
Okay, so this the U.S. National Science Foundation has some grant programs that they have out there, and I've been watching them. There's one right now that's on safety, security, and privacy of open source ecosystems. They call it Safe OSE. I'll put the link in the chat. And I always alert you guys to what may impact Ortelius through Deploy Hub, so that's why I'm just bringing it up. And I don't know if this will go anywhere, but now I can't find my doc to update this while I'm talking. Here we go. I don't know how this got in such a weird place, but it did. Okay, here is the NSF. So I've been looking at this for a while, but you have to do it with the university. And when we were out at the Catalyst campus in Colorado Springs talking about Ortelius and Deploy Hub, we got introduced to some folks at the University of Colorado, Colorado Springs campus. They have a very large cybersecurity program. And in fact, it's really impressive. They really are focused on it. And open source is one of their areas that they like to focus on. We had a meeting with one of their senior, like a dean or a director, I'm not sure what level he's at. And we pitched potentially going in with them to do some of this grant work. And he was very interested. And in fact, they had already started doing some work on it. So in January, we may be submitting a proposal for this. Like I said, I don't know if it will be if I'm assuming that Ortelius could be one of the examples of the ecosystem. I'm not sure where it's going to go, but I'm just going to let everybody know that we are talking to them, just so everybody has that information. And I thought there was one other thing that I needed to cover before the end of the year, but I can't seem to recall it right now. So if it's important, I'll send an email out. But is everybody okay with having this the last meeting of the year? Because it would actually fall that I think we'd end up with 3 meetings, so that's overkill.
Seems pretty reasonable decision to me.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
And just to let everybody know, I dropped the link in the chat about a supply chain attack through NPM. that will go and grab all your credentials. And it just happened just right around this weekend, or Thanksgiving. And it actually, the interesting part, if you actually look at the article, it actually downloads and runs Trufflehog, which is a legitimate secret scanner. So it actually the hack actually uses legitimate software to go and exploit stuff. So check it out.
That thing's good.
It's scary.
Truffle. That thing is really good.
Yeah, but the truffle hog's being leveraged by this nefarious worm, and it's actually if you look at it will actually replicate itself through your repositories. So it's a worm. It has a worm-like aspect to it, where it will actually not only attack the supply chain that it's working on, but also go find other pipelines.
Isn't that nasty? It's an evil one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
I've got
since
to
it
run
can
to the
attack
next
their
meeting,
secrets.
folks, so
This
talk to you
person has a
soon.
god complex. I can
Yeah,
see
no kidding.
that this person has a serious god complex. As I was reading it now, I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
I know,
Jeez, dude.
exactly.
Here's another.
No, it's
It's
like
basically, here's one from Step Security, which is a pipeline.
six
It's basically
Shai Hulud.
it's almost it goes just a little bit of different slant on the details.
I used Trufflehog once to see how sanitized a client's code base was. Wow, it was
Yeah,
amazing what you found.
Megalinter runs
Oof,
Trufflehog as
it's
part of it.
incredible, man. Yeah.
So just be aware that there's some supply chain hacks out there. And it's happening through NPMs, libraries that get brought in. And when you do your NPM build, it actually ends up running the supply chain hack even on your local PC and grabs
Jeepers.
your stuff there.
Yeah, it's a nasty one. It's just really nefarious. I mean, it's
The
evil.
I'm sorry, the step security shows how the code actually works. Some of the code snippets. So if you're interested in how it actually goes out and does its backdoor stuff and propagates, they have some code snippets in there.
Oh, these people like Dune because it's the name of the worms in the Dune, Shai Hulud.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's what the Fremen call the sandworms. They're
Oh,
called
yeah, that's
Shai
right.
Hulud. Yeah, I was just like, why does it sound so familiar? And I just searched it now.
That's interesting that they're Dune fans.
It's also a metalcore band in New York.
Does it surprise us on either of those accounts?
Exactly.
How many metal fans and Dune fans do I know? A lot.
Exactly. Kind of works, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
So just be the heads up on that. And that's all I had. Anybody else have anything else? Because we're right at the top
No.
of the hour.
Well,
So
everybody,
since you,
it's been great. I'm sorry, Tony.
no, I was just asking if we are still going to have a architecture meeting, right?
Yeah, we'll do
Yeah,
a architecture meeting on Thursday.
Okay.
and that will probably be the last architecture meeting for the month, and then we'll start again in January.
Yep.
So we'll have the architecture meeting, and then the 17th we'll have our holiday gathering, and then we'll be off until the 1st.
Yeah, we'll take a short break and then come back in January.
But nobody's got any time off because we have a new release we need to start pounding on and looking at what we need to add to it and all that's. We need to get aggressive in January of what we might want to add so we can potentially do a release in February. If we have to push it to March, that's cool, but let's shoot for February.
Okay.
All right. Thank you all.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks very much.
Cheers.
Yes.
Thanks. That was
Bye.
fun.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.